comes your way next on EA Sports.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers.
Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. And CD, lots of compelling storylines in a game like this. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for these two offenses.
I'm glad you brought up the numbers because sometimes it's hard to quantify a team's performance solely by judging the numbers. But I think with these two teams, what you see is a pretty accurate representation of who they are.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as the Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in the locker room. He can win if given an opportunity.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
From the 29, Mariota. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Mariota. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Roughing the passer, defense. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 18-yard line. From the gun, Mariota. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Mariota. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. Touchdown, Cardinals. Irv Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here are the Niners now to get their first drive.
They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 14 carries, 86 yards.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing his Lance on third down.
Steps away to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. A gain of 3, second down.
Remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. And now they'll throw with Lance.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Gun now for Lance.
Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now Lance.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football. And they'll go for it. Lance
buying time to his left. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Here's Jacobs. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Lance going to sneak it.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Trey Lance
with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. PAT in his rearview mirror. He goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On second down, it's Snell. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mariota's throw there taken in by Smith.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Mariota's throw here into the hands of Moore.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Smith catches left side. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Let's go. Let's go. Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Mariota's throw complete there to Smith. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play that time on the catch and run. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, Mariota. It's caught. Smith. Touchdown! Irv Smith Jr. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cardinals' great field position to start this drive as they take over first and 10. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. And the Giants are starting to pull away in that one. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along.
Mariota now to throw on first down. He finds Hopkins complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A first down throw for Mariota. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Guy.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. After the sack on first down, Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Mariota now. And able to find Kirk complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Lance looking to throw it. Flush to his right. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
Lance now on first down.
Forced out to his left. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
This one caught by Kittle. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers get a score closer.
Coup now for the point after.
And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Got Gordon open, completes it. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, they showed a 5-receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre- and post-snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Jordan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
If you think about the strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
Mariota on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Javon Kinlaw. Never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
To try again after the sack. Mariota. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Mariota. And that is incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
From the 10. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got
his man complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter.
Way to hustle, boy.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching on EA Sports. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield.
On play action, Lance.
This will be caught at Samuel. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Being chased out left. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Cardinals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mariota.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. On 1st down, Lance
rolling to his left. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Logan Ryan.
And the Cardinals are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Not the best of plays here as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Following the interception here, Mariota. That's going to be caught by Kirk. A gain of 6 there on first. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now Mariota. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here.
And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Cards have just about sewn up this football game.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Cardinals, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.